What up, y'all? Welcome back to Sleepers Media. My name is Dion. I'm joined by Tariq, one half a hoodie and the headband. You're the headband, right? I'm playing.
No. I
I'm
should have
playing.
wore a hoodie or I should have wore a headband just to throw some people off.
Nah, I'm messing with
But
you.
no.
But the hoodie and the headband, one of my favorite podcasts. So I'm blessed to be on these previews with you, man. I really appreciate you and Tariq, you and Bryce letting me help out a little bit. First game, Butler Providence. Butler wins 75-69. Pierre Brooks. uh, I'm sure Michigan State fans covered their eyes during this performance, looking back like what could have been. Obviously, they're very happy at the moment winning the Big Ten, but 25 big points from Pierre Brooks. Is there anything you saw from Butler that makes you think this team that went 14 and 18 throughout the regular season could make a little bit of a run here in the tournament?
Um, Shout out to my guy Mel, but no. Um, they played well. They beat a game. They beat a team that they're capable of beating. While it was a 9-8, those ones are always toss ups in my opinion. And then even the one after this was a toss up, just because of how weird the matchups have been between those two teams. But um, I will say in the preview, Bryce did say that Pierre Brooks was gonna have a big game. So he was right about that. Shout out to him. Um, I don't give him a ton of credit. If you listen to the shows, you know I'm normally on him. So I'll give him credit for that. He played a really good game. Um, for the most part, I think both teams did exactly what they were trying to do. They didn't shoot the three ball the way they wanted to. Both of them only made eight. They actually went 8 of 25 and 8 of 35. So um, I did think it was interesting the way that uh, what's his name? Kim
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 English.
English
Yeah.
talks about them after the game. I know one of the commentators after the game in the studio was not too pleased with the way that he talked about the team. And I feel like it's always easy to talk about a coach once the season is over or once they've lost their last game and those emotions hit them right after the game and they say whatever they say at a press conference and then people come out and like, all right, I can't believe they said this or why would he say that?
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, it was a disappointing season for Providence. Hasn't been the greatest season for Butler, but I think they take this win and they take it as a win going into the end of their season. Not saying like season's over, but season's over. Um,
It's
I will
definitely
say like
you could say it. They're 12 and 20. It's over. It's over.
I wanted to say like yeah, y'all losing tomorrow, but like y'all losing tomorrow. Um, Sorry, Butler fans. That's kind of crazy. I apologize, but um, anything is possible in March. We've seen this time and time again. We've seen another team be upset today, even though they already beat them twice this year. So anything is possible, but I'm not betting on that, especially when they have to play at St. John's in New York. Um, so the chances are slim to none. As for Providence, it's definitely a season that you're looking back on and like you have to make decisions. I know people are talking about Kim English's job and things like that. I think it's hard to do that when your best player gets injured
Hmm.
pretty early in the season. And they talked about that, and they're like, okay, so we made strides, but when you don't have enough scoring, you don't have enough talent, it's hard to win, especially in a conference like the Big East. So I think another thing they mentioned in the post game was like um, transfer portal. Like you never know what your team is gonna look like. So
Right.
you could be like, yeah, my team is gonna be good, or like we're gonna bring back these people. You never really know who's coming back. So for both of these teams, but especially Providence, since it's the end of their season, they're looking like, okay, there are some things that we can build off of, but who are we actually gonna have once the season starts up
Right.
in the fall?
Right.
That's the question that a lot of these teams have.
I mean, pretty much every team in the country. Dan Hurley, who's, maybe not maybe the best coach in the country. Obviously, UConn's having a
Mhm.
bit of a down year, but I mean, he said himself 50% of his team is in the portal. Whether it's official or not. But
Right.
they know they're
Which
going
is
to the
crazy.
portal. And if Hurley's saying that, I mean, with all due respect to Kim English, I'm not trying to, you go 12
Right.
and 20. you probably don't want the ones back that are coming back, right? Like you're probably hoping that they go to the portal in your own right. So I mean, it was a
Yeah.
rough year for Providence. What I would say, I think this team is missing is an identity. What made the Ed Cooley Providence teams so special is you knew how they were going to play every single night. They were going to get
Mhm.
at you for 96 feet. They were going to play super hard. If you went into Dunkin' Donuts arena, you was going to have a battle. I don't feel like this team has that level of identity at the moment. Um, I mean, this is probably a ludicrous statement, but I just don't think too many dudes were individually going out there and tossing up 25 on Ed Cooley's Providence teams. I felt like that those teams took the game more personally. I'm sure someone did score 25 and they'll let me know in the
Right.
comments. But like the point is like they took it more
Yeah.
personally. This was a smooth, easy 25 from Pierre Brooks, right?
Yeah.
And I just feel like they don't take it as personal as they should. There's not a lot of pride for the jersey, which no Providence fan liked the way Ed Cooley left, but the way he left was because he's saying, "Hey, man, like I can do more. I can do more at
Yeah.
Georgetown. It's a bigger program. There's more resources." That's kind of what he was getting at. Was like, I built Providence to this, but this ain't necessarily Providence. And now,
Right.
granted, it's not like he's doing the most at Georgetown. But you know what I mean? Like, I think there's a little bit of like maybe he was wrong about what he could do at Georgetown,
Mhm.
but maybe he wasn't
Yeah.
necessarily wrong
Providence
about
is strong.
Providence.
Yeah.
So I think Providence has a lot of looking in the mirror to do. I wouldn't necessarily blame Kim English though, if that's the route they go.
For sure.
I think there's more they have to do around Kim English before they can get there. But I mean, going back to Butler, it's like we both said that they have a brutal one against St. John's. I will say this though. I said this. G and I did picks for each conference. If you were gonna get St. John's, it's tomorrow. Like tomorrow's, and we're gonna do a preview on this. Everybody should go watch it.
Hmm.
If they were gonna get St. John's, it's tomorrow. If this is the
Yeah.
Pierre Burks revenge arc, sign me up for Butler going on to win the tournament. Match them up with Michigan State committee. Give Pierre Brooks Michigan State if we get that far. But nonetheless, phenomenal performance from Pierre Brooks. Phenomenal performance from Butler. They live to see another day.
Yeah.
Providence, ice up. Put the season in rice. We'll see y'all next year. For Tariq, I'm Dion. Like, comment, and subscribe.